Hi everybody, Jessie here. This is a Christmas card, so I'm making a gatefold card. So I started with a 5.5 by 4.25 piece, or no, pardon me, 5.5 by 8.5 piece of paper, and I scored it up 2 1/8 inch on either side, so that meets in the middle and gives me a standard size 4.25 by 5.5 inch card. I had a piece of that brown paper that I just cut down to lay in the middle. You'll see what I do with that later. I'm cutting down these white panels to 2 inches, just under 2 inches by like 5 1/4. So, and this is the holiday border stamp set that came in my Simon Says Stamp Holiday card kit. So this was a special card kit. It wasn't the monthly one. And I'm going to stamp this with the green in the middle, which is Glorious Green from Stampin' Up, on the middle of both pieces. And then I'm going to do it in Ruby Red, also a Stampin' Up color on the outside. This card is really fun. I actually end up making the inside of it it's a gatefold card, but it also holds a gift card, so that's exciting. I like doing things like that that are just kind of slightly different, not something everybody does with the same card. So here we go. I'm stamping the green in the middle, and it's not exactly centered, and I'm okay with that. If I wanted it perfectly centered, I would have done a stamp positioner, marked my lines, or whatever. But it turns out rather cute. I kind of like when things aren't 100% perfect. Sorry about the noise. So now I'm taking the Ruby Red there, you'll see, and now I'm going to stamp that on either side. Which will give me 2 panels. And then I take, well, I'll wait a minute here till we catch up. So I'm going to do a card share video here shortly too. I've made almost, I'm going to say close to 300 cards this Christmas season, and this is the first one I filmed. So I'm just going to kind of do a big share of all of my cards, but I figured I should film one. Me and some of the girls on Twitter do a challenge every week. We post it on Sunday, and this week was a fancy fold card, and I didn't really get too fancy. It's just a gatefold, but it's what I wanted to do. So I figured since I'm making the card for the challenge, I might as well film it this time. So there, and I just kind of stamp it off, and now I throw it off to the side, and I'm going to close or line it up to see what it looks like. And then I close my ink pads because otherwise I'll end up with ink all over everything. So there's that paper. It's from Chic Tags, and it came in, like I said, the holiday Simon Says stamp kit. So it wasn't the December kit, it was the special holiday edition one. And I'm just cutting these out. I'm going to cut them at 2 inches, and then I'm going to cut them at like 5 3/8. So they end up being 1/8 of an inch bigger than the white piece that I stamped on. Then I'm just going to layer those on top, and it just kind of helps them pop slightly, gives them a little bit of a border. Instead of having the white edges on white edges, I probably could have inked them and got the same effect, but I'm okay with this. Then we're going to adhere those onto the front. You can see where I do it twice, my ATG gun kind of got finicky with me there, so we do those on both sides. Now I take this white piece of paper and I'm going to cut it down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then I'm going to layer the same brown paper here on the inside. But what I'm doing here is I'm cutting a slit about 2 inches up and about 1/4 of an inch in on either side, and I'm cutting them, I don't know, it's 3/8 of an inch maybe thick, and I'm going to take my craft knife here and I'm just going to cut it out. See, and I cut it a little too short on the other side, so I just kind of even it up by eyeballing it, and there's the hole. So then I'm going to take liquid adhesive, this Tombow Mono Multi, and I'm going to put it around the bottom part, just so that when you stick a gift card in it, it doesn't end up getting stuck in the tape, and the top I'm just going to tape down. So we're going to put that on the white paper, and you'll see me pick it up here. I didn't have it quite centered, and I kind of fight with that a little bit. So then I get it centered, and I glue that on. And now I'm going to adhere that into the center of the gatefold card. So here I'm just grabbing my EK Success centering ruler and I'm measuring the top. So it's going to end up being 3 inches by like 3 7/8. And we're going to adhere that onto the top part of that card above where that slit is. So that's a place to write a little message and all that good stuff. And that piece of paper is just showing you how you could put a gift card in there because I didn't have an old card or anything laying around here. So, and this is also the sticker sheet that came in. It's the 25th and Pine sticker sheet from Basic Gray. And I'm going to take that Happy Holidays sticker. And I was just checking it with the one that I want to use on the belly band at the front for color wise. So then we're going to go along and I'm going to fussy cut this out. I do this with most stickers. I just don't like sticking stickers flat, I guess. So I back it on a colored cardstock or craft cardstock or white or whatever. And then I fussy cut it out with just like a tiny little border. And then I'll stick it on foam dots and pop it up. So I really kind of just turn it into a die cut, printed die cut piece as opposed to a sticker. But I use them and I love them. I just don't tend to stick them flat. See, and now I'll take my foam tape here and I'm just going to put 4 pieces on the back. Just gives it a little bit of dimension. It doesn't make the card too thick and bulky. So, and there I left and came back, as you could tell by the different angle. Okay, I'm going to mess up here. I actually cut this, so I cut it at 2.5 inches and I end up scoring it wrong. My math was messed up in my head. I scored it like 1/4 of an inch, almost too small. So, see, I scored it at 4 1/8 instead of 4 3/8. So, then I fold it, and then I decide I should measure before I start building this, and there, it's too small. So the belly band ends up a little thinner. I take the other half, which is roughly 2 inches, and I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to score that. And then I kind of fold. You can't see me, I'm off screen. I'm folding it just to kind of make sure and seeing where I have to be. Then I decide that where my first score is, I'm going to crease that and put it in, and then I'm going to score it so I can make sure my measurement's right. The paper was slightly crooked. I think I cut this on my Caterpillar, which does not cut straight. Like, it's 1/8 of an inch crooked. It's absolutely crazy. So I just trim it off to kind of square it up, and then it fits around right. So now I'm just going to adhere the belly band shut. Just like that. And pull it off so that we can work on it. So I'm measuring it, and I'm going to take this piece of paper. Again, it's from Chic Tags. It's the Good Tidings Treetop. So it's got gold foiled triangles thrown within the pattern. And I'm going to adhere that on top. But first I'm going to run away here, and I'm just grabbing some ribbon out of my stash. And it's kind of got like an organza center and like lace frillies. Oh, and I kicked the camera. Sorry about that. Around the back. So now I'm just going to put that in the center, and I'm just cutting a piece off. I end up having to trim it again. It's a little too long, but I had to start using my ribbon up. My stash is absolutely ridiculous. So there, and then I'm going to adhere that down onto the belly band, just nice and flat. You guys probably hear my phone going off. And I put it upside down. It's not a big deal. I just turn it over. And then I'm going to take more of that ribbon and I'm going to tie just a little bow here, just a single loop bow. And I kind of fuss with it for a minute because I was doing it backwards. So then I get it turned around and do it the right way. And I just tie them on my fingers. Super easy. I can do 3 and 4 loop bows that way. So now I kind of muck with it to center it and tie it tight. Then I'm going to cut the tails so that they're roughly even. And I'm not going to adhere that till after I do this. So I got this tag, again, off of the sticker sheet, and it says don't open until Christmas. And again, I'm going to back it onto white cardstock so that I can pop it up on the belly band. So I'm just fussy cutting that out with a nice little border. And I didn't quite get it close enough to the edge, so I just cut a little more off. And then here, instead of putting the foam tape on the tag itself, I put it on the belly band. That way I know I'm not on top of the ribbon and that it's going to be on the belly band, and I don't have to worry about the foam tape and mucking with it after. So now I take the belly band and slide it onto the card, and then I'm going to figure out which way. I was debating if I wanted the bow that like horizontally or vertically, and vertically would have looked silly because it's a, yeah, it just wouldn't have been nice. So I grabbed a glue dot and I just stuck that on. And then I take out, these are some iridescent sequins, so I take 3 of them out. Well, I take a few extra, but I put them back. I take 3 of them out, and I'm going to put 2 on the bottom part of the card and 1 on the top. So we're just going to adhere those, and I just use my Tombow for them. And then I decide that I want a couple little rhinestones too, so I go digging through there, and I find these ones. And I don't know, somewhere along here I end up ripping one of the sequins off and don't notice it, so I have to get another one out after and put it back on. See, and that's where I notice that the sequin is missing, so. I have to grab another sequin, and I put it back on where the other one was. Not a big deal. And then I'm just going to take 3 of these tiny little rhinestones and I'm just going to put them beside the sequins. And that's it. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a close-up of the card. So there's the front. And sorry about the lighting. And then I just slide the belly band off and there's the inside and your gift card goes there. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.